уште едно издание на Урбан Так. На средина од неделата сме. До која средина сме од Рио? Останува да видим.
The 10,000 athletes, support staff and officials in Rio are referred to as the Olympic family. Even the drug testers. Like all families, they sometimes fight, but in the end, unite. From the swimmers of China to the golfers of New Zealand, they compete in the spirit of Olympism. Sometimes, the athletes really are a family, and not just brothers in arms. There's sisters performing in the name of fallen teammates, and sisters doing it for themselves. The men's 1,500 metres freestyle is the longest event in the pool. It requires pure stamina, maintaining long strokes to keep a consistent pace over 30 lengths of an Olympic pool. It's about tactics, keeping up with your competitors on either side, while leaving enough in the tank to bring it home in the final 100.
29.09 seconds.
The reigning Olympic champion is China's Sun Yang, who heads to Rio with a degree of controversy, but also a slice of confidence, because the event has been a good one for defending champions. The great Russian swimmer Vladimir Salnikov was the first to take the 1,500 metres under the 15-minute barrier, winning gold in Moscow 1980. He would have been a certainty to repeat, but for the Soviet boycott of Los Angeles 1984, as proven by the Times as he won again in Seoul 1988. For the next 4 Olympiads, the race belonged to Australia. Kieran Perkins winning in Barcelona and Atlanta, and Grant Hackett claiming Sydney and Athens gold. Hackett took the world record down to 14 minutes 34.56 and was in line for a third gold at his farewell games in Beijing 2008 until outsmarted by Tunisian Oussama Malouli, who claimed victory from an outside lane in a time slower than what Hackett swam in his heat. Malouli's swim in his Olympic defence in London was quicker than Beijing, but not quick enough. He had to settle for the bronze, blown away by Sun Yang, who took the world record down to 14 minutes, 31.02 seconds. Yang has united his Olympic 1,500 metre title with gold medals at the Asian Games in 2010 and 2014, and the World Championships in 2011 and 2013. But leading to Rio, his preparation has been far from ideal. After a fallout with swim coach Zhu Jigen in 2013, Young began training in Miami with Australia's Dennis Cottrell, who had previously coached Hackett. The 198-centimetre giant from Hangzhou was forced to once again change coaches in 2014 after it was revealed Young served a 3-month ban for testing positive to the stimulant trimetazidine. With Swimming Australia's tough policy on international swimmers, the positive test meant Young was no longer able to train with Cottrell or at any elite facilities funded by the Australian government. At Rio, the challengers may have their best chance yet at defeating Young. His training hassles compounded by the heavy program he's set himself as he seeks to complete an unprecedented feat, the 1,500, 400 and 200 metres. The 200 metres, which he just failed to win in London, taking silver, is a significant challenge due to the extra reliance on power, countering the stamina required for longer distances. Young's main danger could be the 1500 metres silver medalist from 2012, Canada's Ryan Cochrane. European champion, Italy's Gregorio Paltrinieri, who won 2014's World Short Course Championships. And Conor Jaeger, who has become Team USA's dominant distance freestyler. Up next, the longest event in the Olympic pool for women is the 800 metres freestyle. Women don't compete in the 1500 metres at the Olympics. Their distance event is the 800, 16 lengths compared to the men's 30, but requiring all the same disciplines. And it has its own superstar in USA's Katie Ledecky, the reigning Olympic champion and current world record holder at 8 minutes, 11 seconds. At just 15, Ledecky stunned the field to claim gold in 2012, and it turned out to be the first of many, as she's gone from strength to strength, light years ahead of her rivals. Like Sun Young, Ledecky's form could suffer from adding the 200-metre event alongside the 400 and 800. And not only that, the 100 metres too. Likely to trail in her wake are Great Britain's Jasmine Carlin, the Commonwealth and European champion. New Zealand's Lauren Boyle, 4th in 2012. And Australian Jess Ashwood, who's improved dramatically since her Olympic debut in London. The women's 800-metre heats and
Portali TV21 non-stop, 24 orë gjithnjë në kërkim të lajmit të ri. Portali TV21, informim i drejtë, i shpejtë dhe i paanshëm. Kliko portën e madhe të informimit, tv21.tv.
Last year I had the shoulder operation, I had the shoulder injuries, and this year I'm feeling really good, fit, strong. I'm ready to go.
That gold in London transformed Adams into the face of British women's boxing. And in Baku, she was chosen as the Team GB flag bearer, an honour that made her incredibly proud.
My mum's absolutely overwhelmed with joy. She's so proud of me. She keeps messaging me and ringing me and saying how proud she is. So I know I've made everybody, all my friends and family back home really, really happy, and I'm honoured myself. It's an amazing opportunity. It's once in a lifetime thing, you know.
Adams has broken new ground for women's boxing at every turn and has no intention of stopping, planning to go on to the Olympics in 2020 when she'll be 37.
Yeah, I'm always hungry for success. I think it's the fact that every time I seem to step into the ring, I'm creating history for Great Britain, and it's more than enough motivation for me to think that I'm able to bring some history home for Britain and another notch onto my little piece of legacy as well.
Adams is aiming for a golden double in 2016. The World Championships in February, the perfect springboard to defend her Olympic title in Rio. The women's flyweight division is set to start on Day 7, August 12th, at Rio Centro Pavilion 6, with the final on Day 15, August 20th. Ahead on Countdown, 3 into 2 doesn't go, but the Alexandri triplets are still aiming for Rio. Synchronized swimming requires many minds and athletic bodies, thinking and moving as one. Sisters, especially twins with a special bond, should be ideally suited to the sport. But what about triplets aiming for a duet event? Anna Maria and Irene Marina Alexandri provided one of the most inspirational performances of the inaugural European Games in Baku in June 2015, when they won a silver medal in the duet, with triplet sister and teammate Vasiliki looking on with pride. The story of Austria's first international medal in synchronized swimming with sisters born in Greece would have been unusual enough. But it came against the backdrop of an overwhelming tragedy when one day before the European Games opened, 3 members of their team were struck by a bus in the athletes' village. The rest of the team faced a traumatic decision about whether to compete after 15-year-old synchronized swimmer Vanessa Sajinovic suffered life-changing injuries with multiple broken bones and spinal damage, and 2 others suffering minor injuries.
They were swimming for Vanessa. That was their wish, and the doctors from our team are saying that it's good for them in order to cope with the situation, because it's tragic. It's for us. It's a really sad situation, and yeah, that is now our focus.
The Alexandri sisters battled through the preliminaries just 2 days later, and then turned in the performance of their lives to finish second behind a dominant Russian team.
Very difficult. It was very, very difficult in the preliminaries to do it.
It was a shock for us.
Yes,
for all the team.
The coaches support us so much, and they keep us concentrated.
The girls also. They were, everyone always here for us.
Later in the week, Anna Maria competed in the solo event and added a bronze medal, with all 3 sisters now aiming at Rio. The girls, who will be 18 in Rio, competed for Greece at junior level, but moved to Austria with their family when they were 14. Although they clearly look alike, they're not identical triplets, and Anna Maria and Irene were chosen for the duet because they are similar heights and body shapes, while Vasiliki is bigger. There are two events in synchronized swimming in Rio, the duet and the team. And regardless of which of the two are chosen for the duet, the girls hope all three of them will be together in the team event. Synchronized silver sisters, the Alexandries, have their work cut out to emulate the performances of some outstanding Olympic sisters. And that's our theme for our 6 for 16 list. Number 6 on our list of famous sisters are, like the Alexandries, synchronized swimmers. China's Zhang Tingting and Zhang Wenwen. The twins won bronze in the synchro duet in Beijing and took silver in London 2012. Number 5 are American sisters Alyssa and Hailey Anderson. Alyssa won gold in the USA's 4x200 meters freestyle relay in London, while Hailey took silver, beaten by just 0.4 of a second in the 10-kilometer marathon swim. At number 4 on our list of Olympic sisters are Maggie and Jessica Steffens. Yet another pair of aquatic achievers, but this time in water polo, winning gold on the USA team in London. At number 3, it's Sherry and Deneen Howard, the US track sisters who made history by winning gold together in the 4x400 meter relay in Los Angeles. Number 2 on our list are the Sculling sisters, identical twin rowers, Georgina and Caroline Evers Swindell from New Zealand. Their perfect harmony took them to gold in the double sculls in Athens in 2004. And they became the first defending champions to win again, taking gold in Beijing 2008 by 1/100th of a second. But number 1 on our list of famous Olympic sisters are even better known for their Grand Slam titles rather than their 4 gold medals each. Sisters Venus and Serena Williams have been significant supporters of Olympic tennis throughout their careers, winning the women's doubles 3 times together in 2000, 2008 and 2012. And they have one singles title each, Venus claiming gold in Sydney 2000, while Serena heads to Rio for her final Olympics as the defending champion, dispatching Maria Sharapova 6-love, 6-1 in London. 3 of these 6 sets of sensational sisters haven't finished yet. The Andersons, the Steffens and the Williams names all capable of adding to their tallies in Rio. Still to come on Countdown, the tiny island with the big heart. One nation is set to capitalize on the 2 sports entering the Olympic fold in 2016, and that's New Zealand. In Rugby Sevens, New Zealand is the dominant force, having won all but 1 gold at the Commonwealth Games since the sport made its debut in 1998. Its 30-match unbeaten run only ending in Glasgow 2014. And you can bet they'll bring the firepower to Brazil as one of the 3 leading teams in the Rugby Sevens World Series.
Going to the Olympics, to me, is the pinnacle of my rugby career, and I think it's going to be quite special.
It'll be an emotional Olympic debut, especially with the chance to hear the team's electrifying war cry, the haka. In golf, LPGA superstar Lydia Ko, who will be just 19 in Rio, will almost certainly join her national team and be a key contender for the gold.
And I think just being able to play and be part of the Olympics, that is one of my big goals, and it always has been since they announced that golf was going to be played in the Olympics in Brazil.
But it's not just the two new sports in which New Zealand is expecting its success. The island nation traditionally punching well above its weight at the Olympics. Since 1920, New Zealand has won 99 medals, 42 of them gold. And it's an impressive feat, especially when you consider its population per gold medal puts them well within the top 10 of competing nations.
4 minutes.
The country has traditionally excelled in athletics, netting 10 gold, 3 alone from Sir Peter Snell, the icon at the top of New Zealand sport for his achievements in middle distance running. New Zealand's current athletics powerhouse is shot putter Nicola Adams, who's aiming for her 3rd straight gold in Rio.
I am one of the older ones. I'm sure these young ones want to beat me, but I will fight with every ounce of my heart to be able to stay in front for as long as possible.
The patriotic shot putter was also named governing body IAAF's Female World Athlete of the Year in 2014. New Zealand is also strong in equestrian and will again be a force in Rio. Its London 2012 bronze-winning team eventing squad returning in full, including 5-time Olympic medal winner Mark Todd.
3 seconds.
In the pool, Lauren Boyle remains the nation's brightest talent and has a medal chance on the back of her gold in the 400 metres freestyle at the Commonwealth Games and silver in the 800.
But it will be Lauren Boyle.
The medal chances continue in the water with men's coxless rowing pair Hamish Bond and Eric Murray, single sculls rower Mahe Drysdale, canoeist Lisa Carrington, and women's 470 sailors Jo Ale and Olivia Powery. New Zealand equalled its best ever medal haul in London with 13 in total. But with its strength in rugby sevens and golf, this plucky island nation is on course for Rio to become its most successful games of all. In closing, there's one more thing about our list of Olympic sisters. And an honourable mention has to go to the greatest sisters-in-law in Games history. Heptathlete and long jumper Jackie Joyner-Kersee and world record sprinter Florence Griffith-Joyner, who between them won 6 gold, 3 silver and 2 bronze medals. Flojo was married to Joyner's brother Al, himself an Olympic gold medalist in the triple jump. Join us next time as we continue our journey profiling the sports, the athletes and the Olympic city in our countdown to Rio.
Portali TV21 non-stop 24 orë gjithnjë në kërkim të lajmit të ri. Portali TV21, informim i drejtë, i shpejtë dhe i paanshëm. Kliko portën e madhe të informimit tv21.tv. Po kthehet në Rio për ngjarjen më të madhe sportive të dekadës, për sportistët më të mëdhenj të globit, të cilët do të garojnë në nivelin më prestigjioz. Para jush do të prezantoj një emision që do të kënaqin audiencën dhe do të ofrojnë gjëra interesante pa limit. I numërojmë ditët deri në Rio. Seri lidere që ju informojnë për Rio 2016, me 70 epizod gjysmëorëshe, që i përfshin të gjitha përgatitjet për zhvillimin e lojrave. Ngjarjet, sportistët, audiencën dhe qyteti Nikoqir, Rio de Janeiro. Vjen një nga programet më të vlerësuara që ju mundëson t'i takoni protagonistët sportistë në përshkrimin e rrugës së tyre prej 12 muajsh. Kaptine veçante dhe bota shqiptare, me rrëfimin e vet interesant Majlinda Kelmendi. 6 ditë në javë në kuadër të magazinës ditore Pastel me serin lider për lojrat olimpike verore Rio në televizionin 21. Rio sjell gëzimin, dëshpërimin, lotët, emocionet më shpërthyese të sportistëve kulminant botëror. Kënaqësitë janë të rralla, mundësitë janë të mëdha. I numrojmë ditët deri në Rio në televizionin 21.
Hajde, si gjakove, e ti ta honë ti boca, gohe e në gojet.
Kolegët shumë herë më thirin, shkurt, jem smut, po më dam qëto qa me marë, i furnizoj kështu me tableta, me infuziona, me sanet të ndryshme, vitamina.
A hënë dorë këtë shtrejt? Jo. Asnjëherë.
Tu më kuptu që edhe kuzhinën e du dhe relaksora shumë në kuzhinë, dhe më thonë edhe kuzhinerë më shpëlqy me borë.
Nështë di me aktru në klipe, po njëtën private nuk di me aktru hiq. Se ti momentin që unë rajtë në diktan në njëherë.
Këtë qëto fitime që vinë për muzikës të ne marë si vlerësim dhe artit edhe muzikës që unë e bëj.
Oke.
Balu,
Ajde?
Natë. A më vekë, Po.
Falenderit shumë. Përshëndetje.
Dhe me thonë, tash të jemi të demonstru me qdashur me pas prerje të madhe në kam.
Le do shkëm së pari, dhe ju do të vini pas.